Debo, I guess it's probably cliche to talk about this as like a one-game season, but is that sort of the approach you guys have, is just 1 week at a time so you can try to finish out like everybody probably hopes you will?
Yeah, I feel like that's the approach for any season and any game. You should be worried about just that game, focus on that game. We shouldn't be worried about the last game of the season or the second game of the season. We should be worried about the first game. We finish that, second game, game by game.
I guess 2/3 of the way through the season now for you. Do you have any? How would you evaluate your season so far? And do you have any maybe personal goals down the stretch for how you want to finish this thing?
I came in the season. I didn't really have any personal goals. I wanted to win the SEC championship and a national championship. That's always the goal. So I go for the team goals because once you have the best team goals and y'all can make that happen, the accolades come with that. So that's all I'm about.
Stone was in here earlier talking about how you have like the best mentality on the field and that you're such a great leader and all. What does that mean to you to kind of be a mentor for him, and what have you kind of seen in his development throughout the season?
Man, I wouldn't even call myself a mentor for Stone, man. He does his own thing, man. He has his own great mentality, and we feed off each other. And it's definitely great for him to say that, because as a player, as a brother, you want somebody to, look up to you or respect you, So it's that's the love, man. That really warms my heart that he said that.
You were looking at the film from Texas A&M when you see, those really good drives you guys put together early. What did you see looking back? What was working for you guys so well there? And kind of how do you apply that in practice this week, try to get some more of that going? Yeah,
I feel like we have great practices every week. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it to. But we just got to continue to have energy and play for the man next to you. We play for each other. And when we play for each other, we play our best. So that's what we're going to continue to do.
Speaking of playing for each other, you had a lot of guys that chose to come back for another year, from Spencer, DK, all of them. Just you want them to get that bowl game at the end of the year. Is it added extra fire for you in this must-win scenario to want to get that for them?
Yeah, definitely. You never want to lose a game anyway, So it's just we want to go out with a bang for our seniors or anybody that's leaving, and you never want to lose a game either. So definitely, we're gonna go out with a bang.
Having some other linebackers mixed into the rotation, Jerron Willis and some other guys, how helpful is that for you guys just to stay fresh throughout a long game?
Yeah, definitely helpful for us to be full speed anytime you come in because, you got teams with running backs rotating 3 to 4 backs, so you want to be able to be healthy and be fresh when you come in. So, and then for those guys, way after I'm going, you want them to be ready and have experience. So it's great to see it.
Debo, you said you want to, be able to go out for a bang for these seniors. I know he's on the other side of the ball, but to carry on was just in here talking about the message he sent to the team today saying, find some joy. What does a player like that, who's been here, what feels like forever, just, trying to continue to keep these young guys in it, and not just the young guys, but some of the upperclassmen as well?
Yeah, speaking of leaders, that's a great leader, So, of course, we want to go out with a bang for him, because somebody like him, he's selfless, He's going to do whatever is best for the team, So how can you not want to go 125% for a person like that?
Debo, kind of piggybacking off Jack's question a little bit, but what Stone said about your mentality, kind of walk me through that. Like, how do you approach the game of football, and then how do you stay motivated in a tough stretch like this?
It's more of like I don't know if you ever heard of David Goggins. It's like a David Goggins mentality, be uncommon amongst uncommon people, and get comfortable being uncomfortable, So as far as me, when stuff get hard, that's when I want to get better. When it's fourth quarter and everybody tired, that's when I want to come alive. That's when I want to be at my best, So I kind of feed off of that. When I start seeing O-linemen tired, running backs tired, I start smiling because it's like, oh, yeah, it's my time to shine now. Like, it'd be games, first quarter. I don't even think I had any tackles against Texas A&M in the first quarter, because everybody full energy. I'm like, okay. Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, that's where I'm able to turn up because it's like that's what I train for. So,
how much of an honor for you to get to play in the first ever Gamecock versus Gamecock game in college football history?
Yeah, it's history in the making, So I love it.
You're someone that plays football, especially on defense, 100%. You're full of speed all the time. How important is it against a team like Jacksonville State, a lot of read option, very mobile quarterback, to maybe kind of stay home a little bit and play a little more within yourself?
Yeah, definitely important, and we'll have schemes and be ready for that, So everybody should still be playing 100%. You should never slow down, I'd rather tell you chill out than me have to tell you turn up,
Do you feel like it was a little tough to get off the field on those 3rd and 4th downs against A&M last week? And what can you guys kind of do to, make sure you guys are getting those stops on those critical downs?
Yeah, just to continue to execute our calls, man, and we'll be just fine, and we'll get off. Just execute the calls and make plays.
We kind of asked you about it after the game the other day, and I know you probably don't want to give too much detail about what y'all are doing with the 3-man fronts and more linebackers on the field, but what can you share about what that did for y'all as far as you at linebacker and how maybe that, if at all, changed some things and how you guys kind of approach things?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely good switching it up too, giving offenses different looks, and then me just being able to scrape because they got their eyes on different people, So it's definitely great,
That first quarter against A&M, it seemed like you guys were able to get after the quarterback really well. Did A&M adjust there going forward, or was it did they just figure it out?
They definitely started getting rid of the ball faster, quarterback-wise, and then we just continue. We got to keep doing what we're doing, and never waver. And so continue to get negative plays and sacks. Thank you.